Hello everyone. In this video, we'll create some viewpoint animation and we'll connect that to our 4D simulation. So before we do anything, if you remember, we had a problem last time that our batch 1 footings were not showing up here because the reason was that we didn't have the RCC footings batch 1 as a task over here. So let me go ahead and delete this data source, and then we'll bring new one to this. So let's go ahead and delete this task. Okay, and let's go to data source, add CSV import. Let's get that, click open. We have everything set up. It remembers the mapping of columns, so click OK. All data sources, rebuild task hierarchy, click OK. Click OK, and as you go here to the task, now that those tasks have come, and RCC footing batch 1 is not showing up here. Okay, so once that is done, let's go to our auto attach rules. Let's select this rule and apply, because we already have those sets created. Now all of those sets have been already attached, and you can actually see the schedule, how it is progressing as per our CSV file. These are our newly created schedule items, and as I go down, I can see that these are showing again. So new data sources here. So let's go ahead and delete one of these. So batch 1, footing batch 1, let's go to data sources and let's delete this one. Okay, so we have now only one type of data source, just to make sure. Alright, once that is done, let's go ahead and see how to create some viewpoint animations. So to do that, we need to go to viewpoint window, and let's open the viewpoint window here. So click on viewpoint and go to drop down and select save viewpoint. Once you do that, you see that the viewpoint window opens here. So right now, if I'm here in this view, I can go here and right click and say save viewpoint, and I can say it's my viewpoint 1. Okay, so I selected and I saved this viewpoint, and then I can move and orbit around, and I want to save this as another viewpoint. Save viewpoint, it's number 2. Then I can zoom in, come here and say save viewpoint as number 3. I can move around again, go to this angle and save viewpoint as number 4. So what I'm doing is I'm saving these frames of different viewpoints, and then I want the program to animate these viewpoints. So say this viewpoint is number 5, and just for the purpose of demonstration, I'm not really paying attention too much to the exact orientation. Let's save this as viewpoint 6. Let's go to the other side here, like this. Viewpoint 7. Let's turn around, come here, save viewpoint 8. You can actually also go inside, so viewpoint 9. Can go to this as save viewpoint 10. Okay, so let's say I've created these 10 frames, and I want the program to run these frames as an animation. So what I need to do is I need to first create. So right click here and create an animation by adding animation. So click on add animation. Okay, so you have created this animation. You can rename it. Let's call it test 1. Once this animation is created, I wanted to click on the first frame that we had created and the last one, and drag and put them under this newly created animation. So when you do that, it should show those 10 frames will show under this test 1 animation that we just recently added. So if I go here, okay, I can play this animation here. But before I play it, I want you to right click on this and click on edit. And right now it's 150.8 second duration. We don't want this huge duration. Let's make it 30 seconds. Okay, click OK. And now when you play it for 30 seconds, it will run through all those frames that you had created by zooming and orbiting around. And it's going through those frames by smoothly transitioning from one frame to another one. So it is creating an animation based on these view frames or these viewpoints that you have saved. So now this is very useful, especially if you have a 4D simulation like this. So if you have a 4D simulation like this, so when we played this 4D simulation earlier, it was static. It was playing from only one viewpoint. But if you want this 4D simulation to play along with this animation, you can do that. To do that, you have to go to Simulate, go to Settings, and under Animation, there's no link here. You go down and say Save Viewpoint Animation. So right now, this is the active one. It will take that and click OK. So let me go back to Settings and make sure that 4D simulation is 30 seconds. Yes. Click OK. So if I run it now, it would follow this viewpoint animation. So click on it. And you see that it's moving. It's using that viewpoint animation as a reference, and it's not static. It's not showing you the 4D simulation from one point of view, but it's rather running through that animation. So you can use this creatively to show 4D simulation from different point of view. You can also, as I said earlier, you can also go inside the model and you can actually show the interior. So for instance, if you have air conditioning ducts going up or lights coming out, air handling units getting installed, if you want to show that, you can go inside the building and save that viewpoint, and it will move or it will transition through those frames. So this is how you can connect. First, create a viewpoint animation and connect it to 4D simulation. Thanks for watching.